Someone told me today that if you're not rich now, you never will be. And you know what? I couldn't get that out of my head. And so today's a little bit different. I'm here at the home office, and so you can see music, random stuff in the background. But I just wanted to just get this out there and kind of get this off of my chest a little bit. And, you know, I'm taking a little bit different approach than some of my last videos. But at the same time, I've kind of realized this is something that I personally am doing, and you know, forgive me, I haven't really pumped it out there for other people to be able to kind of benefit from as I'm on this journey, being able to figure out, hey, a retirement plan, a cash flow plan, and something else that is able to a lot of people call it passive income. There's no real such thing as passive income, I think, because you always have to work for something. But at the same time, I'll get off my soapbox, but at the same time, using real estate and using the knowledge that I actually already have to be able to put it to work, to be able to have a couple different ways. And so I jotted down a couple notes. So if you see me look down, this is kind of it. Really just looking at how to use real estate and how I plan on using real estate, and a couple things that I really want to pump out. And I'll get some more details on some other videos like this here coming up. But really, here's the deal. Here's the problem. Okay, every solution starts with a problem, and the problem is that the world system that we've kind of bought into right now is kind of a, dare I say, crumb system. When you're talking about the financial markets, or you're talking about your W-2 job, or something like that, you're always seeming like you're building someone else's dream. And whether you're talking about the major financial markets, your IRA and things, yes, there is a huge benefit in keeping your money current and things like that, but into the future. And anyways, I digress. But this past year has been insane because we talk about there's been a 20% decline. I know it's added a little bit, but in the year of 2022, there was a 20% decline in all major markets. Even if you're rich, poor, whatever, everyone's money declined by 20%. Oh, and then guess what? They said that we're headed for a recession. And I laughed because I said, listen, 20% of my money's gone, my retirement's gone, and now we're heading towards a recession. That's kind of the problem that has been hasn't sat with me for really the last year. And really, I want to share some of the things that I'm doing to be able to kind of escape kind of that world system and be able to kind of, dare I say, create as close as I possibly can to have a parallel economy. Because here's what I've realized is that essentially with housing, residential housing, there's definitely different rules that apply to commercial, but residential housing, there's always somebody that's going to need a place to live. There's always a utility to that. I can touch and feel this asset. And, you know, a big thing is really using real estate to be able to fund some of my own dreams. No offense to people, I'm a capitalist. You know, I believe that if you are doing things, that you should have some sort of return back to you. Because if you're you're sticking your neck out and making that investment, you know, there should be definitely a return. But at the same time, for the last 100 years, there really has been a system set up for really some top dogs to be able to make all the money, and we're kind of down here with some crumbs. So maybe you don't think like me. Maybe even you just want a little bit of money, you want a little extra passive income. But here's the deal. Here are three ways that are some ways that now, because the market has changed in the past 6-8 months, there are some new ways that people can actually make money that are kind of some old ways that people did for hundreds of years with real estate. And I want to talk about really three things on how to invest. There's really three approaches right now. There's cash flow, there's value, and then there's actually personal loans, or like you being a bank. And so when you're talking about, and again, I'll go into detail on some future stuff here, but here's the deal on investing when you're talking about cash flow. It's about buying an asset, how much can it actually give me back, and how fast can you actually pay that asset off. It's kind of just really a standard rate of return. So that's a cash flow. So you buy something, as long as if you're financing it, as long as it covers the payment, you're always pretty much going to have, for the most part, a tenant in there because of the way that everyone needs a place to live. And here in Central Ohio, in Columbus, we have a big shortage of housing still. It doesn't matter how much, really doesn't how much they're building because of the way that Intel's coming and other infrastructure is coming. There's still such a demand for housing everywhere. There's not enough places for people to rent. We need more homes. Okay, value investing. That could be flipping a house. That could be owning an asset for a time and having an expectation it's going to be worth something then. And it may be something to where you get some cash flow off of it and you create an exit strategy, 7 to 10 years, something like that. It's all about value investing. Okay, then lastly, personal loans. There are people out there, you may be one of them, that actually has a lot of jingle in their pockets, and you've been seeing some of the crazy stuff that's been going on. Again, maybe you're 20% of your money gone, and the market isn't looking any less volatile here coming up. In fact, it was shocking when I saw a volatility chart from years previous to 2021, and now when it started at the end of 2021 to 22, it was insane the amount of volatility that these pretty secure, traditionally secure funds that people have invested in for about 100 years were very, very volatile. And so with that, you may be thinking, you know what, there might be some other ways for me to be able to invest my money. And here's the crazy part, is that right now there are ways for you to be able to do that. And it's doing actually personal loans that are tied to hard assets like real estate. Now that could be, it's pretty much you acting as the bank. So whether it's for a short term, long term, having some sort of balloon payment at the end of something, or just helping somebody be able to secure a property, you again still have that first right. If they don't pay, you are able to get the property back through a foreclosure, at least in the state of Ohio. We can talk about that another time as well. But there may be ways for you to be able to actually use your money, and instead of saying, I don't know what my rate of return is going to be, you can lock it in for a fixed rate of return on a private loan. And so you can lend somebody money. Again, it's tied to that hard asset, and you can put all sorts of stipulations on it to make sure that your investment is secure. They can't sell the property without paying you off, all that type of stuff. I digress. All that to say is, you know what? Let's get a little real here. Let's get a little serious, and let's talk about ways that we can actually stick it to the man. I guess that's the best way to be able to have it, or best way to say it. So let's figure out some ways to be able to kind of stick it to the man, create our own parallel economy to be able to say, you know what, I still have cash flow coming in. Or, you know what, say things get crazy. Let's go doomsday on us. Say things get crazy. People can still pay you with goats for a place to live. I'm being facetious, but at the same time, there are different ways for you to still be able to earn an income because you have assets that you do own. So if you have any questions about that, again, my contact info is going to be in the description of this video. And you know what? Let's go on a journey. I'm going to be posting some more videos just like this to be able to figure out, or be able to let you know some of that knowledge that I've had from years of working, not just as a real estate agent or a real estate broker as I am now, but even before, where I've helped people. I've closed hundreds of loans, even previously, maybe even thousands of loans previously, with working at a title agency, and kind of having that background, seemingly boring legal aspect on it, and then being able to transfer that into some of my investor clients that I've helped, well, make some fortunes. And so, you know what? I absolutely love my clients, and they have treated me very well. But also, what are some ways that maybe, even if you don't have a little jingle in your pocket, what are some ways that you can start now? Anybody can do it. I just had a conversation with a great friend of mine. He doesn't have down payment money, and I told him some ways that he can get into real estate investing right now. and and he's pursuing that, and it's absolutely great because there's things out there that most people don't even know about that are zero, nothing's zero risk, obviously, but they aren't a high risk type of scenario. But this is something that is available to anybody, even with people with very little money in their pocket. And I'm not selling a subscription or a class on how to do it. I just want to share some of the knowledge that's inside of my brain that can help people invest. And I'm going to know obviously most about Ohio, but because I know how our legal system works here for property interests and how ownership works. Other states are different, but obviously in this great state of the United States of America, they're at least going to be a little similar, and there might be some nuances that definitely, no matter what, consult your attorney. There's my there's my CYA on being able to know what's going on here. So all that to say is hopefully this is something that you want to go down a little journey on. Looking forward to talking to you. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you next time.